And welcome to APN Gaming. My name is Jared, aka Corn-Fed Kraken 93. Sorry about my crazy hair. I have to get it cut. I have to get it cut soon. I swear it's clean. It's just curly. And I'm hating it. I'm hating it right now. But so this episode here is to talk about our universe mode, behind the universe. So, I kind of wanted to do this as a series to drop an episode every once in a while, not all the time, not after every week, I'm not going to set a time that we're going to do these. I just wanted a place to break the third wall and talk about our universe mode a little bit. Why we're setting it up, why we're doing this pay-per-view, without spoiling anything to come, just to kind of try to explain some things. First of all, I have to give a shout out because we have been doing phenomenal as a channel. I have over 60 subscribers in the last 28 days, and that is awesome. That is better than I've ever done before. You know, we're gaining subscribers very quickly, and it looks very promising. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback. I'm getting even some comments from new people, a lot of new subscribers engaging, which I really, really like that. I really appreciate it. But I really wanted to talk about some of the things with universe mode. You know, behind the scenes. What is our future plans with it without spoiling too much of a story? What is our look into the future, basically? So we're going basically by the in-game pay-per-views. I only changed one out. Technically, the first pay-per-view in universe mode on default game was Money in the Bank. I didn't feel Money in the Bank really worked to kick off universe mode. I felt like that pay-per-view has its own theme, and we really had no champions to begin with, so I didn't want to start off with that pay-per-view. Would I had rather have used Payback somewhere else than where we did? Yes, but I had to pull one of the pay-per-views, and that one seemed the best one to pull at the time. So we pulled one of the Paybacks. There was like a 2-week period in between Payback and another pay-per-view. So I grabbed Payback, kind of spaced out the pay-per-views a little bit differently so we could use Payback as our first pay-per-view. And now we're on to Money in the Bank, which is always fun to get to Money in the Bank. The only thing that I'm a little bit skeptical about is the ladder matches. So I haven't played that yet. I haven't played any Money in the Bank yet. Actually, I haven't done anything past the episode that's uploaded, previous to today's episode on April 14th. So I haven't done anything after Raw and SmackDown. I'm down here actually doing this video, preparing to gear up to set up my next 2 shows for Raw and SmackDown. And I believe might be the go home episode before Money in the Bank. There might be one more week. I have to look. Like I said, I kind of got a gist of a story in my head that I'm trying to tell regarding the brands right now. But I don't have everything set in stone week to week yet, if that makes sense. I know where I want to get. I'm just figuring out how to get there and how to tell the best story. So I had a comment actually on the channel asking if Cody Rhodes would be part of the universe mode. At the time of that comment, I was not sure. I'm a very big stickler for presentation when it comes to universe mode. And I don't do anything super flashy, but I like to incorporate as much presentation in it as I can. The entrances in this game are off the chain. Like, they are some of the best entrances ever in a WWE game. So, trying to find that medium when you're using a created superstar, you don't really have the tools at you to create the best presentation. So I wasn't going to bring Cody Rhodes to the universe mode unless it satisfied me enough to do it. I have to say that I can't not bring him to the universe mode. He is he's the hottest thing going right now in the industry, really. And that might be, up for debate for some. But right now, he is what's talked about across the industry completely. That's undeniable. AEW was made as a direct opposition to WWE. Supposedly was supposed to be the better place to be. Cody Rhodes, the executive vice president, not just a no-name there. He was an executive vice president, helped build the company from top to bottom, and he left to come back to WWE. I mean, you can't deny that story is the biggest thing right now in the industry. So I can't not bring him to Universe Mode, I don't feel. So yes, Cody Rhodes is coming to Universe Mode. That's a spoiler, I know. But the idea is when. Because I've already got a good story going on right now. You know, in my head, I got what I want to be played out to play out. How I'm going to go about Universe Mode in the future. And Cody Rhodes doesn't play into that just yet. I don't think. So, we're working on it. He will be coming. I've been working hard on the CAW for him. I picked up, I think it's Iconics 2K, his version of Cody Rhodes. There was another one that was close second that I really liked. And I'm going to leave his I believe it's his Twitter handle, or at least it helps pay credit to him instead of changing that to Cody Rhodes. So when Cody Rhodes' nameplate pops up, it will say at Iconic 2K, kind of give him credit for making that call. Obviously, I'm going to have to dub in the music, even though the music on Universe Mode is not that loud right now. So I'm going to have to mess with the levels to kind of balance it out to match what is going on Universe Mode as far as music. And I've made custom Titantrons, followed some tips and tricks on that. But Cody Rhodes is coming to Universe Mode eventually. How I write him in, that remains to be seen, and I'm not going to spoil that. Right now, I'm super excited. I'm going to kind of do a little bit of everything on this video. I was going to do a whole in-depth review as far as the video was concerned. As far as the game was concerned, rather. I was going to do a whole WWE 2K22 review. I haven't really had much time. Every time I've come down here, I've been wanting to record footage. We have the Hunter Call the Wild back up for a running series again. So I'm really kind of trying to work towards that stuff and not do a full-on review. I don't think it's really necessary anyway. There's so many reviews out there right now telling you the gist of the game. If you want my opinion of the game, here is, I guess, a flash review of my opinion. The game is I know you guys have heard this a lot. The game is good framework for future games. It's not perfect by any means. Is it better than WWE 2K20? Absolutely. But we didn't have much to go on there anyway. So it is very good, I would say. The gameplay itself feels fun. I would say it's leaning a little bit more towards arcade feeling than the simulation based. And I know Murph's YT, I know he has stopped doing his Universe Mode because of that a lot. He did admit that playing the game was fun when he sat down playing with friends, that he thought it was more fun as far as, playing with others. As far as playing out a match, though, he didn't quite enjoy it. And I did watch his content a lot, and it helped give me inspiration for mine. I don't feel that it's quite as bad as he makes it out to be, and this is not a jab at him. I feel like it's something to work with. This is the game that we have. Graphically, the game is absolutely gorgeous. Gameplay-wise, it's okay. It's got a little bit to work with. You can still play out a match the way you want to. Some of the down times, as far as the superstar staying down on the mat, they were really too quick. And it helps with the match somewhat when you're playing with friends. Not so much when you're playing simulation-based like, we're used to in the games. I would say it's a slight step back from WWE 2K19. I wouldn't even consider WWE 2K20 in this, because if you could keep the game running without it crashing, you were lucky. So I can't really judge 2K20 versus this game, because the game was it was junk. It really was. And I'm not trying to be tough on 2K, because I kind of get it. Ukes was dropped from the contract. They had to put a game together, and I feel like the game that they put together was not great. Probably shouldn't have ever come out. But the game that they have come out with now, I feel like they've got some redemption back. We've gotten GM mode, something that everybody really wanted. I'm enjoying that mode. Me and my wife play it. We set up our brands and play against each other and just kind of compete. Turns out you don't really have to know much about wrestling to play that, because my wife absolutely doesn't follow much of anything when it comes to wrestling, just what I'm watching from time to time. So you don't really have to know much to be able to play it. It's managing a budget, it's managing your roster, and it's setting up matches to try to boost your ratings. Pretty much that's how it is. Is it lacking stuff? Absolutely. The mid-card titles, that's like one of the biggest pet peeves with it, I think, from everyone. There's only the two main championships, the World Championship and the Women's Championship. So there's a lot lacking there. There also is a lot of stuff lacking with some of the other mechanics. But like I said, it is a framework. It's the first GM mode of the series. I do feel like they're going to take this and they will add more to it. Now that they have a good structure, I feel like they're going to build off of this stuff even more in the future, and I think it's going to benefit us all a little bit. Am I worried about the future as far as what I've said about the gameplay? Yes. I'm pretty worried about that. I would say right now the gameplay isn't too far off base, but if it gets any more arcadey, it's going to be difficult. I really like the simulation-based style, and I know that there's a lot of people out there that do not, that would rather have the arcade feel, that would rather have the fun to sit down with a friend feel. I get it. I feel like there could be a happy medium, and I feel like this is close to that happy medium right now. If it goes any more towards arcade, it's going to be an arcade game, not a simulation-based. So I hope they don't go too far. So I'm going to remain optimistic. I think there's a lot of stuff that they can add. I hope that they add new match types coming forward. I know that's a big pet peeve of a lot. As far as the game overall, the showcase mode is another mode in the game. It's a showcase mode. I actually enjoyed playing through it. I actually enjoyed just sitting down and playing through it when it first released. I, finished it fairly quickly. Did all the challenges, got everything unlocked. I had the season pass anyway, but I like to play the game mode, and it doesn't have a lot of replayability. You're playing the same story over and over, the same matches. So, but I thought it was decent. It's a showcase mode. If you like that kind of mode, I would say this one was pretty good. It was Rey Mysterio. I did enjoy it probably more than most would, but like I said, it's a one and done type thing if you do enjoy that thing. I don't see many people playing it over and over again. My faction, I don't really have much of an opinion on my faction. For those of you that like that kind of game mode, great. I'm not a big fan of that, other than liking to open the packs to see what you get. That's about all that I like, and I don't feel like that game even really capitalizes on the pack opening quite so much as other games doing the same thing, like Madden, NBA, stuff like that. So right now, I spend most of my time on universe mode. So when I talk about things, I tend to talk about the core structure of the game. Universe mode, not much new. The superstar mode, I have not really messed around with. I've seen other people use it. It's pretty straightforward. It's lackluster, I'll say that. So basically, all that I really have to say is that the core structures for what I do, for bringing a universe mode, for making my own custom stories, it's decent. It's decent right now. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm playing most of the time playing a superstar against the computer. I've adjust the bars a little bit, adjust the the sliders to make it a little bit more fun and realistic, somewhat as realistic as you can get in this game. So yeah, when it comes to the core structure of the game, I'm enjoying it. I think it's a really good game. I think it's a really good starting point for the series. And I hope that this redemption tour that they're on continues into future titles. As for universe mode, I'm excited. I'm excited for where it's going. I'm glad to be able to tell you that Cody Rhodes is coming to the series. I wanted to keep this video sort of short and sweet. A lot of you guys, if you're watching this video, if you're clicking on this, you've already watched other reviews, and I agree with most of the other reviews out there that are looking at this game in a fairly positive light. A lot of the big people that I'm talking to, all the big people that I'm watching, rather, they're saying the same similar things to me. A little bit, some of them are more on the fence than I am. My Rise. My Rise is another mode. I haven't played My Rise a lot. What little bit that I did, it's lacking in some things. I will say that the story arcs can be fun to play. Some of them are a little bit foolish, but other ones are pretty fun to play. I don't feel like winning a title has any benefit to you at all, and you don't carry that title out with you in between the storylines unless it involves the title. So there's a little bit lost there, and I feel like you win the title in the storyline, and then you have all the titles that you can get within the My Rise. So it's lacking in some things. It's not horrible, but it is lacking, and I feel like they thought maybe after creating that it was lacking a little bit, so they added the Superstar mode and Universe mode. So I gotta say, I haven't really been watching a lot of people's content around My Rise, because it's really not my thing too much. Like I said, I like the custom universe modes, and that's what I've been working on. So I think that's pretty much all that I can add. You guys if you're clicking on this, you probably have already either played the game or you've seen a lot of the other reviews. So mine's going to be fairly similar to that. Obviously, my universe mode is going to be more unique than somebody else's, because I'm just taking it out of my head and putting it under the game. So I hope you guys are really enjoying it. And like I said, thank you guys so much for your continued support on the channel. It's really kind of blown me away. I feel like I struck while the iron was hot on this new game and really put my best foot forward to try to bring some content out. And it shows that you guys are really enjoying it. And I'm so happy that you guys are. What can you do to help the channel grow? Share the content. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Keep coming back and watching the content. I really appreciate all you guys supporting the channel. Thank you guys so much. Sorry, I had a hiccup there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and this kind of rambling behind the universe start to this series. Kind of like a video podcast of sorts, talking about our universe mode and a few other things thrown in there. So thank you guys so much. We will see you guys next time right here on APN Gaming. My name is Jared, aka Cornfed Cracker 93. That's all I got for you.